What if the single biggest thing standing between your child and becoming a great leader isn't their school, their grades, or their talent, but you? Not in a scary way, in the most beautiful, hopeful way imaginable. Because science just confirmed something that will change how you parent forever. Researchers studied over 1,200 teenagers, real kids, real families. And what they found was jaw-dropping. This wasn't a small experiment in one classroom. This was a massive, rigorous, mixed-method study using data from the teenagers themselves, plus their parents, teachers, and peers. Published in an academic research, the study used structural equation modeling, a super powerful statistical tool, to trace exactly how parenting shapes who a child becomes as a leader. The numbers don't lie, and they are pointing straight at you. Here is the big aha moment. The parents who raised the strongest young leaders weren't the strictest. They weren't the ones drilling flashcards or booking every weekend with tutors. They were the warmest, the ones who hugged more, talked more, and trusted their kids more. Parental warmth didn't just loosely connect to leadership. It powered two completely separate internal pathways inside the child's brain and heart. One pathway built up the child's confidence. The other pathway built up their kindness. And both of those things turned ordinary kids into kids who lead. This is not a coincidence. This is science. So what does this actually look like at home? Here are 4 powerful things warm, independence-encouraging parents do, and how you can start doing them too, starting today. Number 1, they make their child feel like they matter. The study found that parental warmth builds something called self-esteem, which is just a fancy way of saying your child believes they are worth something. And when a child believes they are worth something, they raise their hand, they volunteer, they step up, they lead. Think about this. Every time you sit next to your child and really listen to them, not while scrolling your phone, but really, truly listen, you are literally wiring their brain for leadership. One parent in the study simply made it a habit to eat dinner together every night and ask, "What was the best part of your day?" That small, warm ritual sent a massive message. Your thoughts matter. You matter. And that message stuck. Number 2, they tell their child, "I believe you can do this." The research identified something called leader self-efficacy, which basically means your child believes they can lead, not just that they should. Here is the wild part. Your child doesn't build this belief by succeeding at everything. They build it when you express confidence in them, even before they've proven it. When you say, "I think you'd be great at organizing that group project," or "Why don't you try leading the team this time?" you are planting a seed that grows into a leader. Japanese and Taiwanese parenting research backs this up too. Cultures that pair warmth with high expressed confidence in their children consistently produce young people with stronger leadership initiative. You don't have to be a tiger parent. You just have to be a believing parent. Number 3, they teach their child to care about other people. Here's something most people don't connect to leadership: empathy. The study showed a second pathway, an interpersonal one, where parental warmth grew empathy in the child, and empathy grew pro-social behavior, meaning the child helped others, included others, and looked out for others. And that is what made peers and teachers see them as leaders. Real leaders don't just boss people around. They make people feel seen and supported. And kids learn that skill at home, from parents who model it. When you say to your child, "How do you think your friend felt when that happened?" you are raising a leader. Dutch parenting studies have long emphasized emotional openness as a key development tool. You don't need a special program. You just need to ask the right questions. Number 4, they let their child make real decisions, including household ones. This one surprised even the researchers. One of the strongest predictors of leader emergence was something called encouragement of independence, and it showed up in the most ordinary, everyday moments. Letting your teenager decide how to organize the kitchen, asking them to plan the family's weekend trip, trusting them to solve a problem before jumping in to fix it. The qualitative interviews with teenagers in the study revealed something remarkable. The kids who felt like they had real responsibility at home, not just chores, but actual decision-making power, were the ones who showed up as leaders at school and with friends. Because leadership is a muscle, and the home is where it gets its first workout. So here is what you can do today. right now after this video. First, pick one meal this week where phones go away and you ask your child one real question about their world. Second, catch them doing something right and say out loud, "I think you'd be amazing at leading that." Third, the next time there's a family decision, even a small one like what to have for dinner or where to go on Saturday, let them make it. And fourth, ask them how someone else in their life is feeling. Just ask. Watch what happens. You are not just a parent. You are a leadership factory. And the warmth you pour into your child today is the fuel that launches the leader they become tomorrow. That is not motivation talk. That is peer-reviewed science. If this video made you feel even a little bit more powerful as a parent, hit subscribe, because every week we bring you research like this. Made simple, made real, made for you. And tell us in the comments, what is one thing your parent did that made you feel like you could lead? We read every single one.